Do you think we need to put the fan down one, or you think it's fine? It's
I'm
probably
going
fine.
to enjoy this because it's so hot outside.
We'll leave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
People don't listen to us because of our audio quality.
That is true, yeah.
Attention, bobsled riders! You will soon be embarking on a thrilling podcast down the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. So please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the bobsled at all times. Auf Wiedersehen!
Hello, Yodelers! We are the Matterhorn Yodelers. I am your host today, Chiefeth, with...
Jackie?
And...
Jiminy Cricket!
And... Special guest?
Mark!
Mark is with us!
Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about Jackie's and Mark's vacation to the Magic Kingdom and Epcot.
Yeah.
This is part one. This is a
Part one, yeah.
We got a two-parter here.
Vacation experience.
Yeah, it's our
Yeah.
vacation. So we decided to go on a cruise. And so we'll be talking more detailed about that
Next episode.
on our next episode. So, cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger at the very beginning of the episode.
How unorthodox. That's how we
run this podcast.
Suspense at the very beginning of the episode.
And they're like, when are they going to talk about the cruise? It was a cliffhanger.
But so because we were going over to Florida, because that's where we were departing out of, we decided we would have one day and we would go to a park one day. And it's hard to choose what park we're going to go to.
Blizzard Beach. Typhoon Lagoon.
It's true. It's like, you know, normally when you think of like, oh, we're going to Disney World, that you normally associate at least a 4-day trip. And so you're like, one day for each park. But knowing that you only have like 1, maybe 2 days, it's like, how do you choose?
Ooh,
It was a
smart.
big discussion
Yeah,
between us, yeah.
And so when we initially planned and when we got there, we're going to do one day just at Epcot.
Yeah.
The Wall Park, yes.
The Wall Park,
The
yeah.
Wall Park.
Yeah.
Peter's referring to the construction that's going on there.
Yes.
The construction really was not that bad.
It wasn't bad.
Okay.
No.
And Mark, you've been to Epcot, right, before?
Yeah, well, just as a background, the last time I had been to any of the Florida parks was when I was in high school. I think.
Oh,
it was
so
like,
recent, right?
Oh, I
You're
wish.
a young snapper right here.
Probably around 2003,
Yeah.
2002. Yeah,
That's
so,
not that far ago.
honestly, there were some differences from when I had come.
You know,
last time.
Epcot still had the magic wand over its. The Spaceship Earth still had the magic
Since
wand.
2000.
Did have the magic wand.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh wow, I forgot about that when we were there. Well, but yeah, so it's been a while since I had been there, but it was a fun, quick trip to the Florida parks. So
And we were going on Mother's Day, which we didn't know if it was going to be really crowded or not, because we're on that border of like summer vacation, but also like school is still in session. It's the end of the school.
It's hard to say now with all the tour
Honestly,
groups.
like nowadays with the Disney parks, as of it's currently standing of where we're recording right now, there is no slow time for any of the parks.
People got money and they're
Yep.
free to go.
Yep. So
Yeah. So we hopped on a plane, head to Florida, and we decided to stay on property, but they don't have Disney Magical Express anymore, right? The free shuttle service that takes you. And so we decided to do basically the replacement, which was it's by Mears.
it's the same people who
It's-
did it.
It's
Yeah.
the same people who did it
It's
before.
not free.
They
You
just
just have
took
to
off the
pay for
Magical
it.
Express.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, all the seats were like sparkly and magical and stuff. Yeah.
It's like the tour group for like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique had run through there or something like that.
Yeah. So we decided to jump on it. It's fairly cheap. It's like
cheap. Yeah.
It's like
it was
it's
$35 for both of us.
I
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
Considering you have no choice, like
It was either that or get
like
an
Uber, Lyft. There's other companies that will do it. But we decided to give it a shot. Why not? So once we got to the place, it's basically the same place where you used to board like Magical Express. And they ask which resort you're staying at, and then they separate you which bus you're going on. And so we got in a line, we went straight onto the bus, and we waited on the bus for like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then our bus stopped at multiple resorts, which they did before.
And it always ends up working out where your resort is always the last stop.
It was
the last
one.
It took about an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well,
Always, every single time. It's like, I got to Magical Express and I was the last one.
And that was another thing that we probably should have thought about too, because we were meeting up with some family at Disney Springs, and
We were close on time.
We were close on time, and since it took an hour and a half, we probably we had to get ready. We were actually late to our.
We were a little late.
We were a little late.
We weren't late.
We cut it closer
Yeah.
than I wanted to, and so that was the only downside to taking that route of travel. I would definitely recommend doing something else if you have like plans that night.
Yeah, and so it was just like, was it worth it? Like taking the cheap transportation over like an Uber or Lyft, and that's just kind of up to you of like time over money. And
Right.
I mean, if it was just us again, I'd probably just do an Uber or Lyft, depending on the pricing.
Right.
Yeah.
I just the idea of knowing you go straight to your hotel right after being on a plane for like 5 hours. It'd be nice to go straight to the hotel, relax, and then when you're ready, you go to visit Disney Springs or whatever you're planning on doing.
Yeah.
it's weird to hear it called Disney Springs. To me, I'm all like,
It's still
I have to
downtown
think about it. It's
Disney.
like, is this a resort? No, it's downtown.
It's downtown Disney,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. I do the same
It's a
thing.
hard association.
Yeah.
Imagine how long it took people to get over MGM to call it like Hollywood.
Hollywood, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to the hotel, and we did online check-in so we could go straight to the hotel room, which is such a nice feature
That
It
was
is.
so awesome.
that Disney does, where you just like check in on your phone and
You just wait for the thing that says your room is ready.
and then
Yeah.
you just go. We had purchased magic bands. They were like $10.
Yeah.
Not like horrible.
We just got the basic color ones. We didn't get
Yeah.
anything fancy.
Are they like the same ones that we got on our trip back in 2015? Or
No,
they got
they're newer. They're just like a little like fatter on top.
okay.
Like a little bit, because the older ones, they were just like a thin strip.
They were thinner.
Now it's just kind of like a circly,
It's almost like a smartwatch look to it,
yeah,
except there's no screen or anything. It just has Mickey on there.
yeah. It does give you the option, if you don't want to wear the wristband, you can pop it out.
So that you can buy other wristbands and pop those in.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like put it on
Clever
a key,
girl.
or put it on a keychain.
Ah, yes! Merchandise opportunities.
Oh, Bubs, you know how to do it.
I did love that. It was how easy. It's just like we got there, we used the wrist, and we got into the hotel room.
But you don't need a magic band. You could do it all
On
through
your
your phone.
Yeah.
You could use a credit card to break into somebody's room.
I think you could also ask for like a card or something.
Well, I did remember just now that in the app there was an option to unlock your room or to
Yeah.
lock your room. So that was a nice feature. So if you didn't have a magic band but you had the app, you could still get into your room without having to check in at the front desk.
Yeah.
You could just do it through your phone.
Yeah, so then we stayed at Pop Century, which is a value resort.
It's been renovated
It's
since.
been renovated,
Yeah.
and it was really nice. They did a really good job with the renovated rooms. It's all like kind of like that fake like laminate flooring.
Cleaner.
It's
cleaner.
way cleaner.
It's cleaner.
We had our room was like a 2-queen room, but the second bed was a Murphy bed that like also turns into a table, which was really nice for us because we didn't need the other bed, and so it just gave us more space and like a tabletop, and there's just a lot of storage in it. You know, it's updated with like the USBs, and the bathrooms are really nice.
Oh yeah, the shower was really nice. It had like 2 shower heads, one that you could detach and everything, and so. Yeah, it was nice after being all sweaty all day to take a nice shower.
There's no tub,
right.
So it's just like a standing shower and stuff. So that may be difficult for, you know, maybe families with young kids.
Like, that'd be tough with the kiddo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if some rooms may have them, but
I'm sure there are.
Ours just had a shower.
Right.
We were in the 80s section.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it had like the huge Rubik's Cubes for the stairs, you know, that house the stairs and everything. It had a huge Roger Rabbit statue in front of the building we were in.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was a nice little step back in time.
So we went to Disney Springs for a little bit, met up with family.
What'd you eat?
We ate at Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
Really?
See the Rocketeer?
What?
Still there? The Rocketeer flying around at the top.
I didn't see.
There's like a mannequin with the Rocketeer flying.
No, it wasn't
Well,
there.
used to be with the
Used to.
old Planet Hollywood.
No, it's been renovated. It was renovated when I was there, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of cool things do they have there?
They had a lot of like cool like movie props and costumes from a lot of different things. I don't remember a lot of specifics. There was a costume from 21 Jump Street, like the remake, recent one.
Peter Pan. And, like, just random movie props and stuff.
Right.
And it was just really loud in there. So I wasn't...
Well, it's a big dome.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I don't know. I really wasn't impressed with it. I probably wouldn't recommend eating there.
I think the only fun thing that I really liked about Planet Hollywood was that they would have like music videos and they had the sing-along videos.
Yeah.
And so they had Frozen and everybody was singing along with Frozen.
That was fun.
They had Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.
That's a great
it
one to
was
sing
like
along.
everybody was like ba ba ba.
Yeah.
That was the only fun thing about
Yeah, that was about of course, family, of course.
family. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the family thing.
The ones I always see so often, right? Yeah.
That was
No,
good.
they were fun. It was
Food
awesome.
was okay. I wasn't impressed too
With
much
our
of it.
cousins and our aunts and no, just
Ones that listen to the
That-
podcast.
I did have to say that.
Tell us your feelings about them. No.
They're great.
Your cousin's significant other, he actually works for Disney, and so we had a nice conversation about some of the things, some insider stuff.
Yeah, he
and
works on like the
events.
show events and stuff, and helps like organize like the props and stuff. And
So-
he worked on like
Yeah.
Star Wars like
Cruise
weekends and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And
So it's like, yeah,
he had some really cool
So
stories.
like, he does like the Halloween parties and things like that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Like, just like
he talked mostly about like Star Wars when before Disney took over Star Wars. Some of the stuff they were able to get away with doing, like
Oh, so he
Like
was
Darth-
a part of that.
like
era.
Darth Vader doing disco dancing
Yeah.
and stuff.
Okay, that's
where now
cool.
it's like they're not really allowed to do that.
Hyperspace hoopla. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
entertainment.
and he
right
was
there.
saying like the only reason why they were able to get away with that stuff is because Disney didn't own it, but now
so they
that
didn't care.
now that
They didn't care what
Disney
they did with
owns
the
it,
characters.
They're
they-
like, oh, would Darth Vader really be doing
it's
that?
character integrity.
Right.
Um,
So that was a really cool conversation we got to have with him.
Yeah.
So, we were just thinking, it's like, man, if Jay Fifth and Peter had a chance, they would have talked for hours and hours and hours and
Probably.
hours.
Yeah.
Your brain. What
Yeah.
about this? What
Yeah.
about that?
But he had a lot of advice about like the cruise we were going to go on and everything too. So
yeah, it was good.
yeah.
So we got back to the hotel. We had to go to stop by the front desk because we had a duplicate account for Mark.
Yeah.
And the front desk agent lady, ooh, she was like,
She was a little snarky.
she was a little snarky with us. And
College
like,
program.
it was,
right?
no, she wasn't. But she was like that, like, fake nice.
It was very
Oh,
obvious.
very
that-
have a magical day sort of a person.
Just Yeah, she didn't say that to us because she knew I was a cast member.
And at one point,
Yeah, because she was looking at my account and she saw like my old comp tickets, but the old comp tickets like just came up with like a weird name for it. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Why do you have these? What are these tickets?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "They're probably old tickets." And she's like, "What do you mean they're old tickets?" I was like, "I used to be a cast member. Like they're probably like old comp tickets or something like that." And she's like, "Oh, okay." But she was just like harassing me, like, "Why do you have these?" I was like, "Are these forbidden tickets?"
The forbidden
You should have
tickets.
just said, like, I want my money back from these. I'm not going to use them. Just put it right here in my hand. Cash. Oh.
So she was probably my least favorite cast member I dealt with.
Yeah, I think least favorite cast member ever.
Yeah,
'Cause
well, I would say ever.
She was not. Well, I have a smaller experience
Yes.
to pull from, but no, she was. I don't know. She was just not very genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, but one of the things that was kind of a problem for us when we got back
Water.
from Disney Springs was water.
Couldn't find water.
We could not find water. So the cafeteria was closed by the time we got back to the hotel, and the gift shop was closed, so there was nowhere to buy water. The only place I was able to find water was at the bar by the pool. And so if you get back like after 10, that's the only place you'll be able to buy bottled water.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to drink out of the tap. And so...
Don't do it.
Thank goodness
it's a trap.
we were,
It's a trap.
Don't
we
do
were
it.
able to find water
Nope.
at the bar, and they were actually very nice about it. They were actually out of the cheap water, and so we got smart water, and they charged us for the cheaper water. So
Still $6 a bottle.
yeah,
Yeah. Cheaper.
it was still like yeah, it was still expensive, but yeah, no, I remember
Only one kidney.
I mean, definitely.
This is for chocolate cake later.
Definitely, like, I would say for, like, our next trip, just order water and have
Right.
it delivered to the hotel.
And that's
good
not
advice.
something that you really think about, but it's just like if you're getting back to the hotel at a later hour, it's going to be harder to find bottled water. And so,
And it's a must in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida water's horrible. It's garbage.
yeah. And like I literally brought the bottled water to Jackie because she was waiting in line to talk to guest services. And like I brought the water, and when somebody else was in the line, I was like, "Sir, where did you get that water?" At the bar. So it's like we weren't the only
were
ones
like,
that
"My
were
precious!"
start drinking it out.
oh, this water, and you dump it out on the wall, on the ground, like, oh, so good.
So-
Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, sir, I asked you.
So
Have a magical day.
He's not even a cast member. This is weird.
So that's my word of advice. If you go to a resort at Magic Kingdom or at the Florida resorts, is the bars will be open longer later than like the cafeteria. So if you're really out of water, go check the bars first, and it's gonna cost a lot of money, but if you that's
If you
that's
need
all
it.
that
If you
need
need
it.
it, you
We
need
needed
it.
it.
the
Yeah.
water.
So morning of Epcot, we
It's 9 o'clock opening.
it's so for resort guests. So for everybody, it was 8:30 opening. For resort guests, it was 8:00.
So they don't do like extra magic hours anymore.
They just do
resort
like
hour.
30-minute early entry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a 30-minute early entry for us. We decided we were gonna take the Skyway.
Oh yeah.
How was that? How was the Skyway?
Loved it.
Skyway was
Loved it.
amazing.
You weren't screaming like the other Ferris wheel.
No.
No.
No. I think it's a little nerve-wracking at first, but you're fine.
You feel
Yeah.
that nervous when you're going in, and
Yes.
it's like it feels like you're about to crash into the one in front of you.
Ew.
You look back and you see the next one coming in, and it's coming in fast, and then it barely doesn't hit you, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so we made sure we wanted to get to the park, like, rope drop early.
Get
So
the most done.
yeah, so Skyway opens an hour before the park opens. So we jumped on the Skyway at 7:20. No one was there.
Yeah.
So we jumped right on. And then it's one transfer at Caribbean Beach
Mhm.
to go to Epcot, and then no
That's
line.
amazing that there was no line.
There was no line.
That's weird. That's okay.
So is it
Yeah.
really busy?
From my understanding, it's like
Well,
first
that-
thing in the morning. It would be
Yeah.
I would think it would be. Everyone in the resort's trying to get to the parks, and you wait for the bus, or do you get on the Skyway? I would get on the Skyway. So.
Well, and that's my thought was that's why we got there at like 7:20 instead of 7:30, and it was just like it was walk on.
It's just us two in the pod too, so it was
Yeah,
just
we
like
didn't
it
have
was
to
nice.
share or anything.
They were making out. They're like,
How did you know?
it's so magical.
There's cameras everywhere.
But I think also, well, we didn't make out. Everybody. We didn't make out.
We were too pumped.
What was cool about it is that you get to see the nature around the park.
So did you actually have a non-wrapped one, or did you have it wrapped?
I think ours was wrapped.
Oh, so you did have a obscured view.
Yeah, but there was like they can move around. There's got to be some way
Yeah.
to look out.
I didn't have any.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
We were able to the fun part about it was that you were able to see some of the landmarks from the different parks as you're going to Epcot,
It's fun.
and
Yeah.
and then
You normally don't see those unless you're like, was it Everest or like Blizzard Beach?
Tower.
Yeah.
Or Tower.
so that was really cool about that, and plus it was just a very pleasant ride. It was soft,
It was really
and
relaxing.
It wasn't like rumbly or anything. It was nice.
Yeah. And then so by the time we got to Epcot, there was just like a line outside of security. It wasn't too bad, and they let us in just a little bit before 8 o'clock, and we went straight to Remy.
Right.
Because that's the big.
So did they open up the World Pavilion too? Because they used to wait till 11 o'clock.
I think they did, but I think Ratatouille changed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that
So they just
changed
didn't
it.
want to like.
Well,
crunch
because they
everybody.
know that's an attraction people like want a rope drop,
Oh, I totally
and so
agree.
to like keep that closed until 11, I think.
And
now
also,
you only have 10 hours to ride this ride.
You also have the Skyway that's like entering in the back, which is a big like transportation option now because with
Before it really wasn't a viable
Right.
option.
As well as taking the boat.
Yeah, they
that's
take
really
those
slow.
boats that take forever. It takes just as I timed this.
You
when
walked
I,
it, didn't you?
I walked it and I did the boats, and it was faster to walk than take the boats.
and like for the transportation, I saw like when we were taking a bus to Disney Springs the day before, they didn't even offer options for a bus to go from Pop Century to Hollywood Studios or Epcot. They say use the Skyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't rely on the bus because they may not offer it.
I just take the monorail to Animal Kingdom. That's what the guests recommend to me all the time. No, I take
It
the
went
monorail.
here last time, I swear.
No, there's no monorail.
Just for reference, the monorail does not go and has never gone to Animal Kingdom.
Nor will ever. You will see a Skyway before you see a monorail. Go
It's
to
like the
Animal
one
Kingdom.
guest that goes, I could walk to Animal Kingdom from the
No, you
Animal
can't.
Kingdom Lodge. I go, no, sir, you can't. And
If
they're
I
like,
go the animal way, it's like,
He's like,
they're like
"There's
giraffes
not-"
are chasing
he's
them.
like, what do you mean there's no walkway? I was like, well, the only way is to go through the savannah. That's not safe for you.
No, that's
Right.
it.
Yeah, so we got to Epcot, so we rope dropped Remy, and it was a 10-minute wait.
That's so comparing the ride
that's-
experience in Paris and this one.
It was the same.
Same ride.
Same exact ride in Paris. It's very cute. Kids love it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when they were promoting the Florida version. They're like, we felt like it was going to keep the atmosphere if we didn't change the film of the attraction at all. So we kept the French in there. It's like, and the budget came in, and that's why you didn't convert it to English. Gotcha.
It was in English.
It was in English.
There's parts English and parts French.
Yeah. It was mostly in
So, like-
English, but yeah. So then we got off of Remy, and the next big attraction we wanted to hit to was Frozen.
Right.
Of course. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Came out like a year after you
Yeah.
left.
So and at this point, the park hadn't opened up for the rest of the guests, right?
No, it had.
It had. Okay.
Yeah, so the park was open for the
So
rest.
Remy took all your time early opening a rope drop.
I guess walking to Norway takes a while.
Walking
takes
to
a
Norway
while. Okay.
took a while, so...
It's the other
You're
side.
going from the French Pavilion. Yeah, that's a good.
Now, which way did you
walk?
walk? Did you walk the World Showcase way, or did you walk
World
through?
Showcase.
World Showcase.
Yeah.
So
I think
it
it'd
was
be-
nice because there's
Nobody was
no
there.
one there, so it's just like go to World Showcase first. Not all the shops will be open though in the morning, but like it's just nice because no one's there, so you really could get some really good pictures.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to Frozen. And it said it was like a 20-minute wait. It was 7 minutes.
It was pretty quick. Yeah.
Super cute ride. Really
cute.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they take the oil rigs out?
yeah.
I always love that about Maelstrom. Where it was like, now let's watch the oil rigs. You're just like,
That was something that Norway wanted, not Disney.
oh, I could imagine.
That was it. It's like, no, we need like you're showing all this other stuff. We want to show how industrial we are, and Disney's like, you want us to put oil rigs as your big finale? All right.
I really enjoyed it. I definitely
Yeah.
do it again. It
was fun. It was magical, and there's plenty of Elsa and Anna.
I think I enjoyed Frozen over Remy.
Whoa.
I think I would agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
I would probably agree with that as well. From the video, I haven't ridden either one, but
Yeah.
from the video footage I have seen, that one seems to be the more there's a lot more practical effects in that one
Yes.
than in...
Remy is very much just like you're on the ride, and it's just like you're watching various.
Go from TV
Movie
screen
segments.
to TV screen.
Yeah. You definitely get like Universal vibes a little bit.
Yeah. Put them in a room and just shake them.
Yeah, there's a reason why whenever Disney was promoting that attraction, they only showed one scene of the entire attraction,
It's the
which
kitchen.
is the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everything else is a screen, a giant screen.
The refrigerator was really cool, though.
Yeah.
Again, I'll love practical over TV screens any day.
Yeah.
Or projector screens. So.
And then after that, we went over to Test Track, and we did Single Rider.
Yeah, I did not want to do a 30-minute wait
To ride it
to ride it
convertible.
together.
30-minute wait, that's not even that bad
It
for a
wasn't
test track.
bad, but it was just like we didn't need to.
Well, see, we did Single Rider. We were able to get right on. It was walk on
Yeah.
Single Rider. So that was, and I enjoyed it. And but again, it's just like, would I have been willing to wait 30 minutes for this? No.
it's
No.
not like super great.
No.
It's a convertible ride with a 60-mile-an-hour bank.
Yeah.
I've always dogged it, but like they were kind of our rival when we were at Mission Space.
Sure.
They would always talk about like our ride's more complicated. It's so interesting with cast members with like complicated rides. There's like this like sense of pride.
Well, I would say Tower of Terror is the most complicated.
I would think it is the most complicated. See what I'm talking about? The worst.
Doing it right now.
You made my case. Eye roll.
Yeah. After Test Track, we did just like
Did you do Mission Space?
We did
we
Mission
did
Space.
Mission Space.
Orange
the green
or
side or
gray?
orange?
Orange. I
Orange.
convinced him to orange.
That's right. You can handle the spin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're the
Um,
teacup maniac.
Yeah.
I got off and I'm just like, we need to take a break.
Every time I get over, I was like, "Whoa!" That always messes me up. Like,
It did hit me differently. Now being a little older and stuff, it hits you a little bit different. But yeah.
I still really enjoyed it. Because
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like feeling the G's and then like, I can't lift my arms.
You
it's
said that
fun.
was one of your favorite attractions.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't do it again right away.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those that like I would do that like first thing in the morning, and then have the rest of the day to kind of ease through the day, and then come back and finish with green. Do
Yeah,
that version.
we're just like
You're right.
doing like the mall simulators.
Right. Because it's a different show.
Is it now?
Yeah, so instead
Gary
of going...
Sinise, did he get fired?
Oh, yeah, he's been fired for a while. So now it's just, you just go around the Earth
Oh, okay.
on Mission Green. So you don't go to Mars on that one.
Oh, that's sad.
Somebody told me Gary Sinise was drunk when he did the video. So whenever I watch the video, I'm just so like, maybe. I don't know. It's just this rumor. Gary Sinise, don't sue me.
You're staring at his pupils, like, let's see. Are they
How dilated? I brought like a little measuring tool.
That's how
The
bored.
pixelation of like the screen is throwing these measurements up.
That's how bored you were as a
Oh gosh.
When you look at the same same little pre-show spiel video, you look at the little things that nobody really looks at.
No. I liked talking to the guests as I went around. I'd be like, "Are you ready?" And we'd be like, do the thumbs up, and they're like, "We're ready." You know, that was kind of I missed doing that, the pump up.
Then we did like all of, the Futureland attractions and stuff. We went to the new Club Cool, which is kind of tucked away. It's hidden a little bit. And it was funny. We're all trying different sodas. I wasn't going to hint to Mark about the Beverly.
The Beverly
And he had
That's
all...
the horrible tasting one? The one where you're like, ugh.
He hit all the sodas except for Beverly. He's like, okay, I think I'm good. I'm like, oh, did you get this soda? And he's like, oh, no, I didn't. And he took it. He's like,
oh my god. And the flavors was in my mouth for a little bit while after that, too.
And the last one, too.
And they changed, it's different flavors, too.
Are the floors super sticky still?
Yeah.
It was like a given. You come in there, it was like... what has happened here?
Well, I enjoyed all the sodas except for Beverly.
I didn't they had this spicy Coke or something like that. It was weird. It was like a spicy cinnamon Coke.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
I remember I liked the cucumber Sprite, but you didn't like that one.
I heard the popular one is the melon one.
Yeah, the melon one's good.
That one's really good.
In Japan, they had a melon soda, or you can get like a melon float. It was a green drink. Oh, so good. I miss it.
I would say the longest line we stood for was Living with the Land.
Yeah. It was weird.
Living with the Land was the longest line we waited for? Oh my goodness.
25 minutes?
I would never, ever. Unless I'm going to watch the lady fall into the water from the video. That's the only thing I would wait that long for that ride.
It was one of the last things, and it's just you can't, for my foot's sake, I couldn't walk back and forth and stuff like that.
I get it. Right.
So it was just we were going to ride it first. And I saw the line, I was like, no. It was 30 minutes. I was like, no.
This is not a 30-minute attraction.
Soaring was shorter than Living with the Land.
Yeah. That's weird.
It was topsy-turvy moment right there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Soaring was 20 minutes.
It's they don't even sing the song anymore.
Yeah.
Or they don't even have the cast members giving the boat spiel.
It's did the cucumber lady, make this ride popular again?
I gotta be honest, I kind of like Living with the Land a lot.
It's not that bad of an attraction.
No.
It's a cool attraction.
How many tomatoes?
Oh, I don't remember how many.
It's 36,000
It's a lot.
a year.
The largest tomato tree.
Mark was like, "Is that the tomato tree?
Is that the tomato tree? I thought the podcast."
That's referring. We had a discussion where we fought not very popular attractions, and that was one of them.
Mine was Country Bears.
You had Country Bears. I had Living with the Land, and you
Astro Orbiters.
I think you had Astro
probably.
Orbiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got to the point where it was 12 o'clock. We basically had done everything at Epcot. Granted, we did not do GD+.
Did you go to the Great American, or the American Experience? Did you go to the show there?
We walked in the building, but we didn't do the show.
Did you guys go get the food there? Did you guys get any food there? At Epcot?
Yeah, we had breakfast at the Norway Pavilion.
Yeah, the bakery area.
But no lunch.
And then we had lunch so we saw the line with Living in the Land. We're like, no, not gonna do this. So then we had lunch at the food court area.
That's a good place.
Which is like, it's a great...
What's that one called?
It's like garden...
Is it Garden Grill or is it
no,
Sunshine?
Sunshine Season.
Something like that, yeah.
I think it used to be called the Garden Grill or something like that.
I think so,
yeah. So we had lunch there. It was nice. They have good, like, decent quality food.
Yeah.
From my understanding, all the food items there is grown at the attraction.
Right.
So.
Which is cool.
And they're big portions, and so it's just like, it was a good, hearty meal.
I missed the Cheeto tree. Do they have a Cheeto tree there at the I'm just commenting.
Bag of Cheetos, yeah. The Aquafina plant. Those plastic Aquafina bottles.
Yeah, so 12 o'clock hit. We basically had done everything other than, like, the shows, but we knew that we were probably not going to do the shows because we knew we were going to come back to Disney World in the future sometime soon.
I know Father Yodeler's talked about going.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are planning going with him.
I think he's trying to go with us.
He probably wants to go with us.
I think he wants to go with anyone.
Yeah. I mean, if...
I'm kind of waiting for them to finish the work in Epcot before I commit to going.
I agree.
We're waiting for Tron. Yeah. That's our thing.
So you're waiting for 2029?
Is that what it is now?
That's the joke.
That sounds about me. I might be voting for that. My daughter will be right there.
That's the joke.
Right age.
Yodeler reunion.
It'll probably open by either the end of 2022 or early 2023.
Yeah.
You guys just missed the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. They were doing the previews while you were there.
Yep, we saw the previews. They had it all blocked out. I was like, maybe we could sneak in. No, there was no way to sneak in.
Nope.
It looked really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next time
for sure we'll go. But this was just like a taste. We only had one day, so we couldn't do everything.
It seems like you did everything in 6 hours, and you're just like, all right, peace out.
Well, I mean, we could have stayed longer, but we're just like, the temptation of like, we could go to Magic Kingdom.
I would do the same thing. Yeah. In a heartbeat.
What's left? Journey into Your Imagination,
which
starring
we did
Figment.
do.
Oh, you did do that.
Mark was persistent in doing that.
Yeah, I wanted to see Figment, but again, the thing is, I had seen so many YouTube videos on what it used to be.
You got disappointed.
No.
I was disappointed.
If you want to see that, it's all like a robot up on the second or third floor.
Yeah.
Collecting dust.
But I felt like I needed to go see it just to know how bad it is now compared to what I had seen it was before. But who knows? Maybe they'll listen and
maybe Kodak will. No.
Maybe they'll.
Are they even sponsoring it anymore? I don't even think so.
No, they're not. I didn't see any Kodak related things there. So.
Yeah. So as far as Epcot, if you're debating whether or not to get Genie Plus,
no,
you don't need it.
You don't need it,
especially if you get there first thing in the morning.
Yeah, if you can rope drop it, or if you're staying on the resort and you're able to
get in early.
Early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
You just go to the ride that you want to go for sure on. And for us, that was Remy and also Frozen. And once we got those done, everything else was just bonus.
Yeah.
Did you do the Mexican
plane
ride?
Yeah.
I love that one.
The Three Caballeros.
Oh, yeah.
It was cute. That was cute.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
My favorite is the scene where the chef...
He's not even looking at him?
He's not even following it, but like he's not following what they're actually doing on the screen. It's kind of funny.
That's the best scene.
So around 12 o'clock, we're like, okay, I think we're going to park hop over to Magic Kingdom, even though you can't park hop till 2. So it gave us like a couple hours to just...
Really?
Yeah,
no,
so right now,
that's our new rule.
You can't park hop till 2. So we just finished... We're going in the shops and the World Showcase and stuff and just going around there. And then we hopped over, we took the monorail to Magic Kingdom around 3.
Yeah.
So did you get the pulled pork nachos there at that time?
No, so we got on the way back from the cruise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got on the monorail and Mark was...
Yeah.
made a friend.
So this cute family sat next to us and... I'm just sitting there waiting for the monorail to depart, and then I feel this tap on my arm, and I turn around, and this little girl is like, I'm scared. And I'm like, you don't need to be scared. This isn't a scary ride. She's like, I'm afraid it's going to go too fast. And I was like, well, it's a very slow ride. It's not going to go too fast. It's not going to be scary. And so we start the ride, and I fell down my arm because it's like, you said it was going to be slow. I'm like, this is slow. She calmed down, but it was just a cute little moment that this stranger, this little kid, this little girl was just like, I'm scared of the monorail.
Yeah.
My thing was, I would always, like, anytime my kids would always complain about how fast it is, it's like, if it was really fast, they would make you wear a seatbelt.
I should remember that next time.
Yeah.
They make you wear a seatbelt if it goes really fast.
Yeah. It's like, it's not that fast. Not too many people died when it crashed into another one.
Just don't lean on the just don't lean on the door, and you'll be fine, because that's happened.
Or people falling out.
Well,
No,
the door just opens
a little bit, like it cracks.
Like literally, like there was an incident where somebody leaned on the door and the monorail door opened.
Oh snap!
Like all the way. I'm
shocked. What they're looking at, I'm shocked and like, what?
Oh yeah, that was a.
And someone made a video of it.
This was years ago. This was probably about like 4 years ago. But this was also at the time where, like, you know, there was also a lot of pressure. Like, all right, we need new monorails here. These are like 10 years past their expiration date.
Yeah.
And they still haven't gotten them replaced yet.
So maybe there was some.
Was it the Toronto rail? Were they still driving that one around?
Right.
The movie came out in 2010. Come on.
So we jumped over to Magic Kingdom. We did purchase Genie Plus because the park was busier at Magic Kingdom. I did notice there was a cheerleading competition that same day, so there were some cheerleading groups.
Cheer moms. They're the worst.
They are the worst. I had to deal with them so many times.
I knew I'd gaslight you on that one.
Yeah. Where is my daughter's hairbrush?
You can use mine. There's like gum in it. You should just have that like ready to go. Mine's got gum in it. Have a magical day.
Yep. So we did purchase Genie Plus just because we just didn't want to wait in long lines. We probably could have gone away without it, but we just didn't want to wait in lines.
We wanted to maximize
our time.
Yeah.
We purchased additional Lightning Lane for 7 Mine Train.
Yeah.
Worth it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was worth it. The line was still like 50 minutes, like standby line, which isn't like...
When you only have like 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah. And I think that was the main thing that motivated us, is that, okay, we're only here for like half a day, and we want to be sure to get some rides in.
You want to get the good ones in.
Yeah.
And it's busy. We want to get the good ones in. And
that Mine Train one is so good. It's my favorite
It's fun. I wish we could have done it again.
Yeah.
But next time.
Yep. And then we did... one of my favorite attractions, the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Oh, that was really fun.
The MILF. I love that one.
Yeah.
That's what we called it. And this cast members are like, oh, you work at the MILF? All right.
Oh, man.
We did, the classic Carousel of Progress.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad I finally got to go to that one. I didn't go to it when I was in high school.
So what's the story behind the Carousel of Progress for you?
So... when I first started dating Jackie Yodeler, that song, because Papa Yodeler, he has all the Disney music.
A lot.
And we're not exaggerating when we say he has all the Disney music.
He does.
And so he has several versions of the Carousel of Progress. And so every single time that I would come over and visit Jackie at her parents' house, that song would come home.
You know he just does that to mess with you.
Oh, I bet.
It's just like one song. It's like almost whatever.
We're going to see what his endurance level
random.
is.
His endurance level. How long can you handle this?
And then even sometimes it would come on multiple times while I was over. But I had never gone on the ride, and finally went on the ride, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. And now I don't have to go on the ride again.
I like it. It's one of my favorites to sit.
It's air conditioned.
Easy, air conditioned, avoid the crowd.
It's your Lincoln ride for Disney World.
Right.
Yeah.
If you need a break.
Oh, wait, there's the Hall
There's the Hall of Presidents, but
Yeah.
I think Carousel of Progress is a little bit more enjoyable than Hall of Presidents.
Yeah. Then we did, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Thunder.
Did you take them to the Belle ride, the story time with Belle?
So that was close because of COVID.
Yeah, that hasn't come back yet.
I wish they did because that's one of my favorites as well.
It's fun how it opens up and
but I guess now you can meet Belle in there.
Yeah.
That's new now. We decided to make a dining reservation at Magic Kingdom just last minute, and we got to eat at the Skipper Cantina.
Yeah.
Whoa, how cool.
Yeah.
I think the best part about it was that when we checked in at the restaurant, the waiting area outside had these nice, wonderful, comfy, cushioned chairs. We were so exhausted from going everywhere.
You guys did 2 parks in one day.
It was a lot.
And we just sat there, and we got to sit there for 5 minutes, and it was just my feet, thank you.
Yeah.
But when we get into the restaurant, it was so great because all the waiters and everybody, they're all sassy.
And they have, the cheesy jokes.
The skippers.
Yeah.
You here for the fireworks show? Throws the straws in the air. There's your fireworks show.
Yeah.
So don't go there. If you do decide to go there, don't go there thinking you're gonna get very nice, courteous service. Everybody's just having fun with you and being sassy with you and just being sarcastic and
That's where I'd want to work. I'd want to work there now. Just being sassy towards people.
Yeah.
The food was good.
The food was good. I had
the fried chicken?
Yeah, I had the fried chicken. It was really good.
It tastes just like chicken.
Oh yeah, the
what you would want.
That's what it was called. It's it tastes like chicken because it is.
Because it's gator. What?
I had the steak. The steak was okay, but what was the drink that we had? It was so delicious.
It was a smoothie, tropical drink.
It was non-alcoholic, and it was just so tasty.
It was perfect for after a warm day.
Yeah, you want that nice, cool, when I'm in Epcot, I always get the snow cones in Japan. That'll cool you down instantly.
Yeah.
And then, so we didn't do any nighttime shows just because of timing.
And since you already did a podcast about it, they did have that little Easter egg of the secret organization. Disney, is it Disney Sea? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, they had it by the bathrooms. And so,
yes, they have a big pendant sign of the sea.
So if you want to learn more about the bathroom at Skipper Canteen, you can listen to our podcast.
That's right.
Organization C.
Yeah.
No, there were so many little knickknacks in there. I'm sure there's so many different stories that are connected with it.
Just newspaper clippings and stuff. I'm sure if you wanted to, you could go and look at them and read them and see little nods to different things and to Disney Sea or to whatever.
I think our waiter knew all of the things. I kind of wish we asked him more about some things, but
he didn't name drop our podcast. We're hey, I'm in a podcast. I talked
we did a podcast episode on this.
I didn't want to be that person.
You should listen to our Disney podcast.
No.
You already work here. Why don't you listen to it on your break time?
And then we, ended our night at the castle, taking pictures, just enjoying.
It was magical, especially too because it was also for the 50th anniversary, and I'm so glad we went to the Magic Kingdom, and we could say now that we went to the 50th anniversary of
that's great.
Disney World. We got a special pin and some other souvenirs, and it was just got to be part of the magic there.
Yeah. Yeah, the only things that, was, we had to take the bus back, and because we were staying at Pop Century, it just takes longer.
Yes.
I saw a lot more deluxe resort buses over value buses, and so it's just, just things you have to consider of,
They're doing this on purpose. They don't like us.
Well, the bus was crowded. We had to stand up on the way back, which was rough.
That was hard for me.
Or both, for your ankle, and also it's I was tired. It was dark. I just wanted to go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, that. I remember getting on that boat. That boat when you get off, like, out of the park. And that's just, like, just that misery. Everyone's there, and everyone's tired. I imagine what it was on the bus.
Yeah. But overall, our experience is great. I think when we go again, we'll for sure just do one day at each park and just have... the thing is, like, you don't need a full day at each park, but it's nice to, like, go back to your hotel for a couple hours in the heat of the day and, like, escape the crowd and the people and then just go back in the evening.
That was always my advice. It's just like, rope drop, go back to the pool, take a nap, and then come back around 3 or 4, and then boom, like...
Yeah, I think we would have enjoyed going back and just go to the pool and relax, because we were just go the entire day.
Yeah.
It's the one day. Like,
it was the one day pressure.
It was like, oh, we gotta do all this before we go on our cruise.
And we're like, we'll relax on the boat.
Or relax on the boat.
Can't wait to hear about the relaxing.
Stay tuned for our next podcast.
Yeah.
We're talking about our cruise.
Our one day at the
That
Disney World.
great.
Very eventful.
It was so much fun, but we were so exhausted at the end of the day.
I believe it.
It was hot. Oh my gosh. Don't go to
Very
Disney
hot
World
day.
in May or in the summer. It's not worth it.
It's so hot. It just drains
Manage
you.
your expectations.
Yeah.
You have more respect for Mom when she took 2 kids
Oh my
while being
gosh.
pregnant with you in
That's-
June.
That's
Oh,
rough.
yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because our mother loved us.
Yes.
That's true. She did love you. Well, she loves you guys now.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
I'm just trying to cover for her.
Thank you.
So,
Well, thank you for sharing. Your story made me excited going, oh, I want to go. Like, you lately have been like, I don't need to go. But then you hear stories and you're like, oh, I want to experience. Oh, I want to go to this place. Because when you've been there and lived there and, like, you want to experience, like, the little fun aspects of the park. Each park has them. And you're like, oh, I want to go to this location, eat this thing. Or I want to see this just a little bit.
And that was the hard part for me was because I had lived there for like a certain amount of time that like going back to visit and I just had to keep reminding myself I can't do everything even though you want to.
But deep down you're like, yeah, I can. I can do it. I can do it. I can prove them wrong.
That's our side of the family telling it deep down inside.
Father
I can do
Yodeler
it.
inside.
I can do it. We're gonna do it.
It's
Yeah.
just like
Push
there's
through.
only so much food you can eat in
This
one
is true.
day.
Right.
This is true.
and yeah, that just means that we have to go back, and we have to go back for an entire week.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man, the curses of your life.
And give each
Oh.
park its fair chance to wow us again. So.
That sounds great. Well, do we have any other comments or questions?
No, I think we're good. Well,
Yeah. So it was definitely a fun trip, and that wasn't even the end of our trip. So.
No, I can't
So
wait to
Mark,
hear the
Disney World or Disneyland?
rest. Ooh.
Oh.
well, we're obviously saying Magic Kingdom or
yeah.
Disneyland.
Yeah, I have to say Disneyland. I just feel like, well, for one, it has a special place in my heart because one of our first trips together with me and Jackie was to Disneyland.
Was it magical?
Oh, it was magical. But also, I just feel like a lot of the quote unquote same rides that are at both parks, they're just better at Disneyland.
What? Space Mountain is just the same. Everyone tells me it's the same ride. Sure.
It is not the same
Pepsi
ride.
tastes like Coke, alright?
Oh, gosh.
Right. Those people are like, you need to be smacked.
Like Pirates of the Caribbean, better at Disneyland. Space
Disney-
Mountain, better at Disneyland.
Disney World is arguably the worst Pirates of the Caribbean ride in the world.
Like, oh my gosh,
Worst
it was
version of
such a disappointment. Don't get me wrong, I love Pirates, but it's not as good.
It has a fantastic queue, and then
It
the
does.
attraction falls
That's
short.
probably what I like
Yeah.
most about it is the queue. It gets you all ready, like, wow, I feel
And
like
the
I'm in a
gift
Spanish
shop.
fort.
I like the
Yeah.
gift
Oh,
shop.
yeah. But, and also like Haunted Mansion. Well, then again, is this like my memories of Haunted Mansion at Disneyland are only with the holiday overlays, so next time we go to well, actually, probably next time we go to Disneyland, it's gonna have the holiday.
It's not as good. I'm going to tell you now.
Yeah.
The one at Disney World is the best because I work there, and it will always be better. No,
I will say, as of now, I would probably agree Disney World has a better Haunted Mansion. When I worked there, it did not.
No.
It had shaky spiders. Oh, I was just like, oh my gosh.
Shaky Jake the spider?
I gotta pull out my old, I had an old review that I sent out when I worked there, and I wrote this scathing review of that Disney World's version of the Haunted Mansion. I was like, this is garbage and horrible. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it sounds like a great trip.
Oh, it was.
And so if you guys have any, for our listeners, if you have any questions about their trip, please reach out to us in our social medias. If you have any advice that you want to give about your recent trips, you can post that on our social medias as well. Is there anything else you want to say?
Probably, I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but we have new artwork for our podcast. You want to tell us about that, Jackie?
Yeah, so
shout it out.
Haley, I've tagged her on her social media. She hand painted our new cover artwork
For our show.
And she did such a great job.
Oh, it's so great.
It's a really good drawing.
Yeah.
So go to our Instagram.
She made us look so much better.
Yeah,
Yes.
she
Our
did.
characters are like, wow, we look amazing.
We look happy though. So she did a fantastic job. So really make sure you look at it. Go to our Instagram, follow us, and then follow her because she's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
For sure. With that being said, Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Matterhorn Yodelers. Please remember, before your bobsled comes to a complete stop, to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember...
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.